Get down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk. How you doing? How's your mama? How's your family? All of the speculation around this fight, I haven't seen one person pick Alex Pereira. I mean, one MMA content creator, one, I don't watch everybody, but I'm pretty tapped in with the Victors and the MMA Shade and the TJ Loves fights, and I don't think he actually made a video yet, and the Lucas Tracy's, and I'm pretty tapped in, right? I haven't seen anybody pick Alex Pereira, and it's almost like it's a foregone conclusion. Not only have I not seen anybody pick Alex Pereira, everybody's saying Ank is going to win more decisively this time. Ank's going to finish Alex Pereira, and it won't be close. These are real things that I'm hearing, and it's like, wow, what a time to be alive. In fall of 2025, people are counting out Alex Pereira when people were campaigning for him to be number one pound for pound last year, around this exact same time. It's crazy to me. It's just how fast the sports move, how volatile this sport is. I mean, once you're really knocked off the top of the mountain, I mean, the fall from grace is insane. He's auralist now, apparently. The fall from grace is absolutely insane, and it's like, man, how could you do that when you possess the type of power that Alex Pereira has and the type of accuracy that he has? And the fact that he doesn't even really have to hit you clean for him to hurt you and get you out of there. Fight-changing power. It's very, very interesting. And I feel like we're having short-term memory, right? You got the MMA Shades here. You got the TJ Loves fight. And I'm not saying that it's crazy to pick Magomed Ankalaev. A lot of people might say that's the right pick. The safest pick. And Lucas Tracy, he's saying, it's over. It's over. We've never seen anybody outstrike Alex Pereira tit for tat. And I'm like, wow, we really do have short-term memory, because we're forgetting the first fight with Israel Adesanya. The first fight, Izzy heading to the fifth was up 3-1, and Alex Pereira flipped that switch. Now, that switch that I'm talking about, we're going to talk about that a lot in this video. That switch was never flipped against Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed Ankalaev didn't let him. So while I agree with Tracy that Magomed did something that we've never seen before with Alex Pereira, let's just not act like Alex Pereira has never been outstruck tit for tat. I mean, he's dropped early rounds to Khalil Roundtree, right? It's just the fact that Alex has that presence in the octagon. He has the low kicks that nullify your movement, and then he has the power in his hands to end the fight. That's what made him so fucking amazing. The thing is, he landed those calf kicks early. For first round, he landed damn near double-digit calf kicks. It didn't affect Magomed Ankalaev, and I don't understand why not. I don't understand why not, because Alex Pereira is probably the best leg kicker in the game, right? Right there with Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz deaded Magomed Ankalaev's legs. It was done, both of them. Alex Pereira landed clean calf kicks. Clean. And it did nothing. That's what I really don't understand. But when I say short-term memory, when we think about the first fight, we think, man, Magomed hurt Alex early, almost rocked him in the second round. I mean, almost knocked him out in the second round. He did rock him. If there was more time on the clock, he knocked out Alex Pereira, and he got his hand raised. So we look at that, and Magomed won the middle rounds, right? He won 2, 3, and 4. So it's like, man, Magomed dominated this fight, but in reality, Alex Pereira just lost a 48-47. He won the first round, calf kicks. I mean, landing all the calf kicks. It really looked like he was putting water in the basement. I know that's body shots, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Free real estate. And it just didn't help him, which was crazy. I still don't understand the dynamic of that. I really don't understand the dynamic of that. But in this fifth round, close, Alex Pereira won that, though, right? Started letting his hands go more. I don't know what he waited so long for. I do know what he waited so long for. He didn't want to get KO'd. Magomed had a different type of speed in there. It was a different type of speed that Alex isn't used to. And it was straight shots. Straight shots beat looping shots. We know this. Alex Pereira was very, very... Not even, though. He didn't let his left foot go. He really did. He was leg kick oriented, and that was it. And his boxing defense got exposed. Hands out here. He's trying to deflect hooks. Meanwhile, it just leaned back from shots. He's getting hit clean. He's getting hit absolutely clean. And his boxing defense is just something that won't ever... I'm not going to say never, but at this point, I always say this. Fighters, at this point, Alex Pereira is stuck in his ways. Like, certain things that are encoded in him, like his defense is going to be his defense. Like, that's not going to change. He's going to be open to those straight shots all the time. At the age of 38, what is he, 39? After all the success that he's had with his defensive style, it's not going to change. He's not going to all of a sudden come out there in a Philly shell, or he's not going to all of a sudden come out there like Charles Oliveira with his hands on his eyebrow. He's just not going to do that. He's going to lean. He's going to try to counter. The thing is, he can't time Magomed Ankalaev on the entries. It's crazy. So, watching this fight, we all know what we saw. Magomed Ankalaev clearly won this fight. But domination is a bit of a stretch. I'm going to be honest. But in reality, who does this the whole time? Not trying to like sound like Joe Rogan, but who does this the whole time? Right? I mentioned we saw Israel Adesanya, right? He out tit for tatted as Pereira on the back foot. Poking and poking, picking and poking. Now, it's not like Magomed just absolutely just walked him down, but who the fuck puts Alex Pereira against the fence like this and is really teeing off? Who the fuck makes Alex Pereira look this defensively, not irresponsible, but just this worried? You know, what was it? Yuri Prochazka in the first fight, he backed Alex Pereira up into the fence, but he shot a takedown and led to him getting KO'd. Right? Khalil Roundtree was kind of going forward, you know, kind of winning, but Alex Pereira, body shots gonna start adding up. Leg kicks are gonna start adding up, and he broke him down. Alex Pereira did none of that shit because that switch that I keep talking about never flipped. Magomed Ankalaev stood right outside of boxing range. Right outside of boxing range. He was in kicking range, though. Alex Pereira has to use more kicks. He has to. And that's really all he did in the first fight, but he has to do more. He has to throw more. He has to throw more kicks. Especially since they're open stance, he got to throw more to the body. Got to throw more to the head. The Islam Makhachev versus Volk adjustment, too. Where Islam came out and just spam those kicks, spam those kicks, spam those kicks, spam those kicks. And make them guess wrong. Right? But who does this? He stood right outside of boxing range, and he outboxed, which Alex Pereira isn't a great boxer, but nobody outboxes Alex Pereira. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody does that shit. He outboxed Alex Pereira. Did not get hit clean. Moving, speed, punches and bunches. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. Right? And the thing about it is, coming into this fight, Alex Pereira, we know in the first fight, he defended all of the takedowns. But it's easier to defend takedowns when that's all you're doing. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say the threat of the takedown is what made Magomed outstrike Alex Pereira, because Magomed is just a technician, right? Tit for tat, he is better than Alex Pereira. Good thing Alex Pereira never really needed that tit for tat style, right? The power that he has in his hands. But what I'm trying to say is, tit for tat, Magomed was always better than Alex Pereira. Speed-wise, all of that. But Alex Pereira, while he was so keyed in on that takedown defense, it's like he was just on the back foot, which is crazy. You don't want to be on the back foot if you're Alex Pereira. That just doesn't help that just doesn't complement your skill set. But you're sitting on the back foot and just waiting for the takedowns, and you defended them great. You did. But you didn't get any offense off in the meantime while you waited for the shots. And that's the problem. He has to have more confidence in the takedown defense. He has to have more confidence to come forward, let his hands go, hold the center, control the center, and deal with the takedowns as they come. But I'm going to get mines off. Because in the new age of MMA we live in anyways, Magomed isn't a high finishing threat on the ground with ground and pound or submissions, right? So in the day and age that we live in the UFC, if you get enough offense off, Magomed can take you down and he can keep you there. He'll still lose that round if you get enough off. You just got to get your shit off. That's the world we live in today. So I don't understand just sitting on your heels, being so scared of the takedown, and you're defending it. You're defending every single one, and you even got one on yourself. You're defending the takedowns. And yet, you're still sitting on the back foot waiting for the next one. No, have some confidence that you'll be able to deal with it when it comes. I'm going to get my shit off. Because you have to get your shit off. That's what you have to do. You have to get your shit off. You have to make this a fight. You have to you have to flip the switch. You have to. And I've said this in a video maybe a month back when I previewed this fight the first time. And it's like, Alex Pereira, there has to be a point in this fight where Alex Pereira flips the switch like he did on Izzy in the 5th round when he was down 3-1, or like he did on Izzy in the 2nd round after he realized, man, I took Izzy's mobility away. Let's try to get this over with. Now, 2 different outcomes, but in both scenarios, Alex Pereira had an immense amount of success. Here, once again, I have to say this every time, I'm not trying to take credit away from Israel Adesanya. It was a great moment, probably the greatest moment in his career. But it was a Hail Mary shot. It was a last ditch effort. And it worked, right? But he was on the verge of getting finished by Alex Pereira there. He did get stopped, TKO'd by Alex Pereira here. He had to flip the switch. You have to make it a fight. And you have to throw more kicks. Like I said, more kicks Open stance. If Magomed's just gonna stand at kicking range, okay, make him pay for it. Make him get all the way out of range. And once he gets all the way out of range, you step in and you close it. You understand what I'm saying? More body kicks. Because that's gonna nullify anything Magomed can do in the boxing, because he always has to worry about blocking his body or blocking his head. You have to be very, very offensive in this fight. You can't just be on the defense looking to counter, because Magomed's too fast. Can you catch him? Yes. Can you hurt him? Absolutely. But he's too fast to just rely on that. Magomed will come in, land a 1-2. He's all the way out of range by the time you even realize you got hit. That's how fast he was compared to you, right? And that's how much of your defense he was exposing. You have to flip the switch, and it starts with the kicks. But you have to flip the switch. You have to make this a fight. Somebody has to get finished in this fight. Alex Pereira cannot fight this fight willing to be okay going to the decision. Somebody has to get finished in this fight. You have to make it a fight. You have to be comfortable in the fire. And whatever happens, happens. Fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. That's really how I feel. Right? I don't mean just recklessly Benoit Saint Denis running there. But I mean, like, you have to make it a fight. You have to realize, okay, fuck it. We got to make something happen. We got to flip the tide. We have to push him back. We have to make, because he's going to respect your power if you let it go. You didn't let it go in the first fight. Nobody in the UFC is going to be able to just not respect your power and stand their ground and trade with you. That's just not how it works. It's just not how it works. It's just not how it works with you. So you have to flip the switch. I like seeing this from Alex Pereira. More straight shots. More straight shots. More straight shots. Right? Even though he didn't let his hooks go that much, and he was going to the body. He was jabbing to the body. He was jabbing to the body of Magomed Ankalaev. He has to go more straight. He just has to let his hands go. And hitting the pads, I want to see him prioritize speed more than power. And it looks like he's trying to, I don't know, man. He looks big. He's fucking huge. Right? And then in the offseason, before this fight was announced, we see him. He's walking around at 244. It's like we're thinking he's about to go up to heavyweight. He's fucking huge. I would like to see a more slimmed Alex Pereira, more fast Alex Pereira. But I mean, he looks slow to me. He looks slow. His hands are still down. Looks very offensive, and that looks cool. He needs to be very offensive in this fight. It's cool until Magomed steps off on an angle, and he's hitting you with left hands down the middle. You know, I think Alex Pereira has to make it a fight, and when it's a fight, Alex Pereira has a chance. He's always gonna have a chance. He's always gonna have a chance. But it's just hard to feel like this fight is not already a foregone conclusion. It's just hard. It's hard. Because Ank shut Alex Pereira down. Right? And he didn't even have his greatest fight. But he shut him down. He shut Alex's striking down. How can you say he shut him down? It was 48-47. He shut him down, guys. I'm telling you, he shut him down. Alex Pereira did not let his hands go. At every point, I reference it to Tank Davis. Right? I think Alex Pereira, before Ilya came along, right? I thought Alex Pereira was the closest thing to Gervonta Tank Davis. As far as there's going to be a point in the middle of the fight where Alex Pereira says, okay, I've made my reads. I see what you got for me. I'm coming. And then he knocks your bitch ass out. You understand what I'm saying? That switch was never flipped against Magomed Ankalaev. He's going to have to flip it. Or he's going to lose another decision. And he's going to get picked apart again. I'm gonna drop the full card predictions tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody I know that enjoys this like you did. The vibes, man. The vibes of this fight, man. These are the moments where we get our you must have forgot performances. So we'll see what happens.